Recently, I've been looking at some Thomas headcanons lately, and they've sort of inspired me to give my own headcanons to some characters. I'm still currently working on a couple of them, mainly the main 7 engines, so I guess first we'll start with Thomas himself. In my honest opinion, I think Thomas being an E2 is A-okay. I'm not an E2 hater, and they do have a nice shape to them, but I do agree with everyone that they do have some problems, like the cold capacity and the longer wheelbase. Thomas obviously isn't long in the TV series or the books, so does this mean that the E2s are short in the universe of this show or something?
What? How? What?
So for this headcanon, I have an interesting way how Thomas is still short and is still classified as an E2. After the second batch of the E2s were built with extended side tanks, they still had the same problems as the first batch. One of the men at the works that built the class had an idea to build an E2 that was shorter than the rest of the class and could actually be successful. The LBSCR agreed and began work on the locomotive. When the engine was done being built, the men loved it and thought it could have potential. However, the E2's designer wasn't a big fan of the engine. He didn't want replacements for his bigger E2s because he kept wanting to give him a chance. He even called the locomotive a toy train rather than an actual engine. So the engine was put up for sale. The buyer of the engine was the controller of the Northwestern Railway, Sir Topham Hatt I, purchasing it for the construction for his railway and for being the new station pilot at Knapford Station. And that's my backstory for Thomas. I'm quite proud of how it came out. Some of you may disagree with me, but that's okay. That's what headcanons are for. For the things I would change or put on Thomas, not a whole lot. I would add the red lining on the front of the side tanks and add the NW where the bunker is. I've seen some people putting the NWR lettering on the side tanks over the number 1. It looks great, not gonna lie, but I just think it looks a little too cramped in my opinion. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more headcanons of mine, be sure to subscribe to the channel. The next engine I'll probably do next is Percy, or I'll just have to do some polls just to see what you guys want to see next.